seen a lot of valleys in my lifetime, and not a lot of mountain tops. Been through a lot of dark tunnels, but never could have seen the light at the end. Oh, I'm determined, while in the land of the living, that I will see what he...
WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Everything that I gave everybody else, I'm gone now, invested in myself. I'm not being mean, it's just time to be free. God told me to go, you wasn't there when it blessed my soul. Ooh, you wasn't there, you wasn't there when it blessed my soul.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Scott. Hello, Miss Bell. I am so pleased to see you. I'm so glad to be back. Isn't it wonderful? It's been a year, 1 year exactly since we had our last show. So it's been one heck of a year for everybody. But praise the Lord, we are back. We are all healthy and all is going well. Well, we're going to have a great show for you, everybody, today. We've got two wonderful guests. Wonderful guests. We've got Mr. Ken Scott, who is the principal at Canada Scott and Wallace. Don't talk about you buying that house that you've been talking about buying for the last year, but we're afraid to go out and look at what. Now's the time. Now's the time. So get ready. And of course, we're going to talk to the chairperson of the Wayne County Board of Commissioners, Alisha Bell, and she's just going to talk a little bit about Wayne County and COVID and some of the things that they're doing in Wayne County. But before we do any of that, I need to say hello and honor the lady who owns this station, Madam Sandy Rose. This is Women's History Month. Sandy obviously is making history in this area because she's one of the very few women who owns a radio station. So kudos to Sandy. And she just celebrated her birthday last week. So belated happy birthday and congratulations to Sandy Rose, who's the owner of WVTC Radio Detroit. We are just honored to be her friend and be a part of this wonderful organization. So with that, let me go to Madam Bell. Talk to us just a little bit about COVID in Wayne County.
Okay, well, welcome back to your show and congratulations. And congratulations, Sandy Rose. Great to see you or see your logo anyway. And thank you for having us today. Edna Bell. So what's going on with Wayne County? As some of you may know, I am Alisha Bell, the chair of the Wayne County Commission. And, you know, we've been battling this COVID pandemic for a year now. I remember the day that we thought we were just going to be out for a couple of weeks. And then you know how that turned out. It's been a year and we're still working remotely. So unfortunately, COVID, I'm looking over here at my stats. We have 2,113 deaths in Wayne County from COVID-19, and that excludes the city of Detroit. So that's 2,000 deaths, not including the city of Detroit. And for those of you who don't know, the reason why that does not include Detroit is because they have their own health department. So we have two health departments, one for Detroit and one for the remainder county of Wayne, for the other 42 communities. So those 42 communities, unfortunately, we've had 2,000 deaths. We have had 67,000 cases of COVID in out Wayne County, and again with 2,113 deaths. So we are looking forward to the point where we can be together again because we are now offering vaccines, and hopefully everyone who is listening has been vaccinated if you are in the categories to be vaccinated. Wayne County, of course, we want to make sure that we vaccinated our essential employees, which would be our law enforcement, our nurses, making sure that we vaccinate all of the teachers in Wayne County that want to be vaccinated. And we've vaccinated over 20,000 teachers. We are on a roll right now with our vaccination where you can get vaccinated in various communities, including Dearborn, which was struck hard. Dearborn, Canton, Livonia were kind of the hardest hit areas in Wayne County, and you can get your vaccines at those locations. So, you know, we are just making sure that everybody who wants a vaccine gets a vaccine. We're going through the standards that the CDC and the state put forth as far as the categories. And of course, the first was the 65 and older, and then those essential workers in our law enforcement. So we're just making it happen. And I'm hopeful by, this is March 15th, hopefully by May 1st, everyone that wants to be vaccinated will be vaccinated in Wayne County.
Wonderful, wonderful. And for those of you who are listening or watching, if you have a question, just type it in and we'll try to get the answer for you. Thank you so much, Commissioner Bell. We really do appreciate that. Now, are there any other protocols that are important for listeners to know about Wayne County?
Well, you know, we just want to make sure that we are still wearing our masks, that we are still washing our hands and doing those same safety protocols, even if you have received your vaccine. You know, we just want to be safe than sorry, right? So
right.
making sure.
By the way, I have my vaccine. I've gotten both shots and I did not have any reactions. I am doing well, didn't have any problems. So praise the Lord, I'm good. And
Oh, very good.
I'm happy.
Fantastic. Yes, absolutely. So we are happy that, like I said, those persons 65 and older are getting those shots. And it seems as though, those 65 and older are really excited about it. When we first started the vaccines talks, we were scared that not enough people were going to want it. And now that has totally turned upside down because everybody wants it. They want it now. So we really have to go through and wait till your category is chosen before you get it. But I'm hopeful that by, summer, everyone who wants it will have had it and that we can start going back to some semblance of normal. We can get our kids back in school. Some school districts are already back, either a hybrid or, totally face-to-face. Some are not yet, but we're hopeful by September, everyone will be in school and everyone will have their vaccine.
Wonderful.
Hi, Commissioner Bell, we have a question.
Sure.
And the question is, how do we get stats for Detroit?
The Detroit Health Department. So if you go to City of Detroit website, they can have the stats for the city of Detroit. And they have a dashboard, just like we have a dashboard that talks about breaking down by race, by the total, by the community. Well, in Wayne County, I just talked about the different communities in Wayne County. But if you go to City of Detroit website, they can break it down for you for the city numbers. And they have it broken down by zip code in the city of Detroit.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. All right. Very good. Well, I just wanted to start off because that really is the topic of the day, the topic of the year for all of us.
Yes.
Is what's going to happen with COVID. Praise the Lord. But I think we may be on our way out of this. We may be getting to a point where we can kind of be with each other again, which will be a blessing. But until that time, we will do whatever we have to do to stay safe. That's
Absolutely.
That's the important part.
Keep wearing those masks if you go outside, keep washing your hands. We have to keep those protocols. And, I think we may be doing that for a while into 2022. Some people just to feel extra safe because unfortunately, like the flu, it's going to be here to stay. So we just have to make sure that we get our vaccines and we get, just like with polio and the measles and the mumps, we all get vaccinated for those, inoculated for that. We'll be doing the same thing, I think, for this strand of COVID as well.
Well, I'll be wearing my mask whenever I go out, no matter what the circumstances. Even though I had the shot, I'll still be wearing my mask. For those of you who are hesitant about getting the shot, search your heart and your mind. It would seem to me that getting the shot and not dying would be a preference over not getting the shot and possibly die. So, think about it. Think about it. And being around the people that you love, being able to be around those people will be important. So getting the shot will be absolutely critical to your being able to feel comfortable in your skin and comfortable being around others. So I'd say, it's important to get it.
I think it's very important if we want to get back to some normalcy. It's very important. So, and then there we have several to choose from: Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna. And then, in Ford Field, we'll be opening up in the city of Detroit in a couple of weeks. Actually, I think next week, so that people in Detroit go down to Ford Field. I think they're going to have an appointment system, but they'll be able to do 6,000 a day, and they're going to stay there for 8 weeks. So, that's going to be the hub for Southeast Michigan. Detroiters first, and then they'll open it up to everyone else in Southeast Michigan because we're determined to be a vulnerable area. Chicago, Detroit, I think Cleveland. There were some major cities that they decided were vulnerable, and they really wanted to put a full court press on getting people vaccinated. So when Ford Field opens up, hey, when your age comes up, go for it. Get that shot.
Wow.
Commissioner,
Yes.
We have another question. What about the new virus that's coming? Will this new strand be cured with this vaccine?
From the conversations that I've had with our health department, this vaccine does prevent or help against the variants that are coming from the UK and South Africa. So to answer the question shortly, yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That's even more reason to get the vaccine, everybody.
Yes.
We get the flu shot every year, and I get mine every year. we probably need to get this shot the same reason, the same way. So
Yes.
take
And
care.
remember, the coronavirus is more contagious than our normal flu. So again, I think this is something that's going to be with us for a while, and we'll just have to, like I said, just make it a point to get your flu shot. It's like get your flu shot and your COVID-19 shot every year to stay safe and healthy and not be hospitalized, because we've seen too many of our loved ones throughout Detroit and Wayne County who have passed away because of this horrible, horrible disease. So get vaccinated, everyone.
Yes. And for those of you who don't believe it, just ask somebody who lives in Detroit and is from the Wayne County, Detroit area. We can tell you about the people that we know, that our loved ones and friends and
Yes.
relatives who have died. It's real.
So many.
You need to get this shot. It's real.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Bell. I won't hold you. I know you've got another meeting to get to, but I did want to have you on first to let you talk to us about Wayne County and let us know what's going on there. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us that's going on?
Yes, I would. Two things. One, on this Thursday at our full board meeting, I am introducing a ordinance to establish a women's commission. And we're going to vote on that on Thursday. And this Women's Commission will be a 19-member board from members all across Wayne County. Every commissioner will choose a lady from their district, and then the chair will choose 4 to be on this 19-member board. And they're going to discuss issues pertaining specifically to women in Wayne County. As you know, Vice President Harris spoke to the fact that over 2 million women are out of the workforce since the pandemic began. And we really need to work on issues that are important to women right here in Wayne County. So I'm so excited to bring that to our body. We're going to vote on Thursday, and hopefully it will pass. And this will be a great women's commission to really take a deeper dive into those issues pertaining to women. And then that group will then bring policy suggestions over to us that we can implement. So I'm excited about that. So that's a good thing.
Wonderful.
And I have another thing. I'm going to put this up. If you can see, I'll put it in front of my face. On the 24th, which is next Wednesday, I am having a town hall meeting on Alzheimer's, where we'll have the director from the Detroit Area Agency on Aging, the AARP, and our senior department at the county will just talk about Alzheimer's, what it is, what to look for, and then some resources for caregivers. So I'm excited about that too. So that's a town hall meeting. So I make sure that you have that information next Monday, because it'll be that following Wednesday, the 24th. So those are 2 exciting things that I'm doing. And I would love to talk more about it at some other point, but we're excited.
We'll let you do that. That'll be great. Thank you so much. 2 real important issues. So thank you so much. And I won't talk about fully today, but the prom dress giveaway is going to come, I understand.
Yes.
We can talk about that at another time, but we didn't do the prom dress giveaway last year because of COVID. And we understand that there are going to be proms. This is almost the end of March. The proms, I understand, are going to start sometime in late May.
June.
So we're going to try our best to find a way to do the prom dress giveaway again. Thank you, Commissioner Bell, for that.
Yes, tentatively scheduled for May 1st at Cody Rouge. But once we get that confirmed, yes, I'm so excited because we have hundreds and hundreds of dresses just waiting for young ladies for their prom. So you'll be able to take 2 or 3 dresses this year. You can have one for prom, one for graduation, one for the military ball, one for homecoming, all of those events that we've been missing. So, and again, we'll have more information once we get everything confirmed, but we are looking forward to doing that again this year.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We'll let you go now, because now we can go to our buddy, Mr. Ken Scott, to talk about housing. And I'm glad you mentioned the women's housing. Housing is always a big challenge for women, particularly women, single women with children. It's really a challenge. And so Ken is going to talk about housing in general and bring up some important information that everybody's going to want to know. So Ken Scott, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
For a long time. He sold both my daughters their houses. And that's been well over 20 years ago. So Ken,
and a
thank you
commercial
so much.
property for you.
Oh, that's right. And the commercial property for me. So, Ken, thank you so much for being on. We appreciate your agreeing to come on today to talk about real estate and some of the wonderful things that are coming up and are available for people in order to help them purchase a home. People just don't
Absolutely.
have the information, so they just need, this is about information. So, Ken, you're on.
Welcome. Thank you. We are in a time where, like no other, where people are receiving all kind of down payment assistance and what have you. Now is the right time to buy a home. Now is the time to position yourself to buy the home of your dreams and what have you. Stop living in everyone else's dream and living your own dream and what have you. Because there's down payment assistance that ranges anywhere from 10,000 all the way up to 20,000. And it's specifically for the Detroit as well as the suburban communities as well. So I'm the real estate broker for CSW Real Estate, and thank you for becoming one of my agents and what have you. Thank you, Edna Bell. As well as I am a HUD certified housing counselor for NID, Detroit Borrower Help Center. What we're trying to do is alleviate some of the pitfalls and perils that fall those individuals that have unfortunately been eliminated from the home buying process. We want to make sure that you have all of the opportunities that other individuals have and that you can attain home ownership in 2021. Again, we're talking about the down payment assistance, but at the same time, interest rates have never been lower in the city of Detroit, in the metropolitan area as well. There are banks that are out there. There are financial institutions like credit unions, banks, but also mortgage brokers that are there to assist you in purchasing your home. We do a home buyer ed class every fourth Saturday of the month. If you're interested, you have our number. It's up on Facebook and what have you. But at the same time, let's position ourselves for that home ownership.
Give your number out again. Give the number out anyway.
That number is 313-863-5555. That's 313-863-5555. We're taking you through the orientation of a HUD certified housing counselor, as well as the first time home buyer, as well as taking you through a walkthrough of your own finances and what have you, and seeing where you are in the process. We want to make sure that you can access the home ownership this year, 2021. And at the same time, for those individuals that are looking to sell a property and what have you, now is the time to put that house on the market, because it is a seller's market. That means that it's low inventory and everyone is shopping for a home that's ideal for their particular family, whether it be east, west, or suburbs.
Let me just jump in here for a minute. Okay, everybody. You know, I am relatively new in the real estate business. I need to sell a house. So somebody call. Somebody call. I need to sell a house. I don't care who it's from, where it is. I need to sell a house. Okay, Ken, go ahead.
And you know, and this is the crazy thing. I joke about this and everything, but even a dog house has value at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, put that house on the market, the house that you have gotten from your relatives or whatever the case may be, whether it be from probate, whether it be from your anyone that's deceased, any rental property, whatever the case may be. Now is the time to list that property and make some money off of it, because it is a seller's market.
Call somebody you trust. That's us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Trust us.
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand the history, how long myself has been in the real estate industry and Edna Bell's been in the community and what have you. There is no better time and no two people that are not positioned, that shouldn't be in a position to sell your home and what have you, or help you buy a home and what have you. So please give us a call, 313-863-5555. If your credit is not there, there are some entities that can help you. If your debt to income ratio is on the bubble and what have you, let's see what we can do as far as consulting you and getting you in that position to buy a home. The other thing is student loans. They're going to be issued depending on what the forbearance issue is presently, or whether you're in deferred status and what have you. But at the same time, there are lenders out there that can accommodate you as far as your student loans and what have you. So don't let that be a deterrent. You've been talking to a number of individuals. Let's find out what your situation is, shop it around, and see who can assist you best in that situation.
Okay, if anybody has questions about anything about real estate, just let us know. We'll be glad to answer. But one thing, Ken, I want you to go back to, you talked about the classes. Tell them that they have to have the class if they're going to get some of these loans.
Absolutely. A while ago, and I'm sure some of you experienced it with predatory lending and foreclosure and what have you. There are new rules enacted where you have to take a class now, a home buyer ed class, 8-hour class that includes orientation, first-time home buyer, as well as a one-on-one session and what have you that can assist you in pointing out where you are, assessing your situation, pointing out where you are, and getting you where you want to go. And thank God the government saw fit where they can help you go through these classes and learn some things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. And you can't really depend on, hey, my sister told me this, my brother told me that, my cousin told me that, my friend told me that. No. Let's go to an objective source that has the intention of protecting you and making sure you're walking through the process in the right frame of mind, as well as the positioning yourself to purchase a home.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you talked about some grants that might be available and some loans that would be available. Kind of give a quick overview of what those are and how much those are.
Yeah, MISTA has a down payment assistance of $10,000.
And I know you're using acronyms. A lot of people don't know.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Michigan State Housing Development Authority has. Okay. They used to. Everyone knows about their $7,500 and what have you, but they have a program.
Everybody doesn't know about that. Everybody doesn't know now.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true. Where the program has been $7,500 for years. Now they're increasing it for $2,500. So now instead of getting $7,500, you're getting $10,000. And that's in 236 counties within the state of Michigan. Most of us live within 3 to 4 counties. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case and what have you, come see us, give us a call. Let's see if we can assist you in attaining home ownership.
And that $10,000 can be used for what?
That could be used for credit reports, appraisals, eliminating PMI.
What's PMI?
The interest rate presently is somewhere between 2 and 4.
What's PMI? What's PMI?
Private mortgage insurance.
Okay.
That is protecting the lender in the event that you would default, and we're going to put you in a position where you won't default, obviously, so you can retain home ownership. But first and foremost, you have to attain home ownership, and those possibilities are just waiting on you to make that call. Because most cases, the pre-approval period takes about, I would say, once you get everything together, and I'll go into that in a second, once you get everything together, it's no more than 24 to 48 hours whether you'll find out if you're approved or not. And keep in mind that when you're going for pre-approval, they're looking for federal tax returns. You have to be working full-time. Federal tax returns for the last 2 years. They're looking for bank statements for the last 2 months, as well as pay stubs for the last 2 months. And any SSI or SSDI that you're experiencing at this point in time, that's also an income. So that can be utilized in order to purchase a home. Most people aren't aware that your voucher, as it relates to Section 8 and what have you, can be utilized in order for you to purchase a home. And those are some of the things that you need to know, but have been very seldom told are taught. And that's why we're here.
I'm sure people don't know if they can use Section 8 vouchers to purchase a home.
Absolutely. You can do that now.
Okay.
And you've been able to do that for a while. Unfortunately, the powers that be did not allow you to know that or didn't tell you about that. Here I am telling you about it.
A lot of stuff they didn't tell some people.
Very much so. Very much so.
We're gonna tell it all. We're gonna be the town crier. We're gonna tell it all.
and keep in mind, what you don't know, find a source, an objective source that can teach you these things and let you know about these things before those programs run out.
Exactly.
Because government programs run out because no one has used those programs or no one knew about those programs in order to use them. We want to make sure that you're aware of them so you can use them, and the opportunity is there for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's this information is what we're about. Now the $10,000, can it be used for a down payment?
Yes, you have to live in the home as a primary residence.
Okay.
In any grant program or any down payment assistance program out there, you have to live in the home.
Okay. Very good.
You
Now,
have to eat, sleep,
do
pay
whatever
bills,
you do in a house is what you need to do.
Exactly.
Now there's another loan that's $15,000 that's offered by one of the banks.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And keep in mind, that is interesting in the fact that it avoids the appraisal pitfalls. And let me explain what the appraisal pitfalls are. When you're looking to buy a home and what have you in a certain neighborhood, especially in Detroit, and then this program is geared toward Detroit. If you're buying a home in that area where the property has been rehabbed from top to bottom and what have you, and is going over and beyond what the neighborhood would appraise for, the sold properties in 30 to 60 days and what have you, if that is over the mark and what have you, the appraisal pitfall will be taken care of by the grant that this bank takes care of, as well as this is a two-part loan, mortgage loan. Okay. It is first acquisition and then renovation, meaning that if you're buying a home in a stable community, and that's relative to anyone, but at the same time, you're buying a home in a neighborhood and what have you, and you need to do a new kitchen, you need to put up a garage, you need to add an extra bath or whatever the case may be. You need a roof, you need a new furnace or whatever the case may be. This loan accommodates that in the sense that you're buying the home as a primary residence, as well as doing the renovations necessary to bring it up to code, whether it be the structure, whether it be plumbing, whether it be electrical, whether it be heating, ventilation, and cooling. All those things are taken care of, and that's what is out there for you presently.
And that's so important, particularly in Detroit, Hamtramck, and Highland Park, because there are lots of homes that you can purchase that need a little work. And
exactly.
There's great homes that just need a little work. And so with that loan, it allows you to do that.
Absolutely. And what I always say is buy that as is home or house and make it a move-in ready home.
Yes.
Okay. Everything doesn't come with bells and whistles. We want to make sure that you can buy that home that is least looked at and turn it into the home that you want it to be.
All right.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So the opportunities are there. Not to mention the neighborhood enterprise zone, which is an incentive that provides anywhere from 18 to 35% property tax reductions if you buy within specific neighborhoods.
People don't know about neighborhood enterprise zone.
I mean, it's been around since 2006. It was enacted by our former mayor, Kwame Kilpatrick, while he was up in the legislature, and Virgil Smith. So this has been out there in communities that are some of the most desired communities within the city of Detroit. You're talking about the Green Acres, you're talking about the Rosedale.
Yeah,
Pardon me?
people aren't using it because they don't
Exactly.
know about it.
Or not aware of it. Or
Yeah, they
not
don't
aware
know
of it
about it.
because I ran into a young lady that had purchased a home. She had been in the home for 5 years and never got the NEZ credit.
Now tell them what that really means, though.
Well, the neighborhood enterprise zone is subjugated to 52 communities within the city of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those are subdivisions, 52 subdivisions. But at the same time, we know them as communities,
Mm-hmm.
like Green Acres, Rosedale Park, Grandmont, East English Village,
Aviation subdivision.
all Aviation subdivision, all the way over to the west side, from the Dearborn side all the way to the 8 Mile side, from Kelly Road all the way to 5 Points. Okay, all those communities are there, but at the same time, people haven't been accessing the neighborhood enterprise zone. And this is what you have to do to access it. Take your deed down to room 802 once you purchase the home. Take it down to room 802 of the city county building or the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center, however you want to say it, KMAC, as well as $500 worth of receipts for doing work on your home, whether it be lawn care, whether it be snow removal, whether it be fixing a roof, whatever the case may be. It just has to amount to $500, as well as taking your warranty deed down there, and just let them know that you recently purchased a home and that you want the NEZ tax credit.
$500 over what period of time? Over a year, 2 years? What period of time can that $500 be?
As far as I know, there is no stipulation. So
Okay.
that $500 could have been amassed over the 5 years that the lady had been in the home. I'm sure she spent well over that, just maintaining and securing the home. So those are the possibilities there.
And then what is the percentage that they would get? And
they would get anywhere from 18 to 35%, but at the same time, as I understand it now, is more leaning toward the 30 to 35%.
And that's a reduction of what?
Your present property taxes. Keep in mind that I forgot, I think it was 1994 and what have you. They start doing some things with the tax system as it relates to homestead and non-homestead. Homestead means that you're using it as a primary residence. Non-homestead means that you're using it as an investment property or a rental property, or it's just simply vacant and you're using another home as a primary residence. If you do that and what have you, then they said that the taxes that will be amounted will be added as it relates to every year's, what do you call it?
Assessment?
Pardon me?
Assessment?
Assessment. Each year it goes up in value and everything. So if those individuals have lived in those homes for years and what have you, and they decide to sell the home, the cap is going to be removed. But at the same time, once the cap has been removed and what have you, the 30 to 35% is going to be assessed to the point where it brings your taxes back down a little.
And then the new owner has the opportunity to get it?
Exactly.
And so what you said is if you get somewhere between 18 and 35% reduction in your property taxes, everybody, reduction in your property taxes if you go and claim the neighborhood enterprise zone.
And keep in mind that we're trying to save you some money and save you some time. By the down payment assistance, we're saving you money. We're with the tax credits, we're saving you money. But at the same time, we're saving you time in the sense that you don't have to look around for these programs anymore. These programs are there. We're teaching you every fourth Saturday and what have you. And hopefully that opportunity will exist if you position yourself to do it.
Okay, any questions on that? Don't hesitate to ask us. Okay, Ken, tell us some more about this real estate. Is this a buyer's market or a seller's market?
It is definitely a seller's market, meaning that there is very low inventory on the market at this point in time. And I'm going to appeal to those investors, those people that have homes where the family member has been deceased or what time over a certain amount of time, whatever the case may be. You've been in probate looking to being able to execute the conveyance of land and what have you. if that's the case and what have you, put that house on the market, alleviate some of this bottleneck as it relates to home ownership and what have you, because there are individuals out there that are lining up to purchase your home presently. Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of them have been denied. We just want to make sure that there's opportunity out there for anyone that is looking for a good, stable community. And again, there's relative and what have you. But at the same time, more so than anything, the house is in good condition. If it's not in good condition, we have the rehab loans in order to fix that. We have the homes from the river all the way down to your side of town. We just want to make sure that a home ownership is accessible for everyone that wants to venture out there.
And we want you to be able to buy it. That's why we want to give you this information.
Absolutely.
We want you to be ready. If you see something, we want you to be able to make an offer on that. But in order to do that, you got to go through these classes, and you need to make sure your credit is right, and you have all the information necessary to get you ready, so that when you see the house that you want, the house of your dreams, you're able to say, I can go make an offer on it.
Exactly. And I always say, and I've put this on Facebook, Black wealth is fleeting. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. Some of us have been renters forever, generational renters and what have you. Now's the time to put your stake in something that's permanent for your family, your relatives, whether you have kids at home, whether you have grandparents or parents that are moving back in the home with you and what have you. Make sure that they are taken care of. Make sure that the home that you're looking for accommodates all of them in the as it relates to their family size and what have you.
That's right. And as they say, God ain't making no more land.
Not at all. Not at all.
You get your head on a piece of land that you love, it's going to accommodate your needs. Do that.
Exactly. And there are more homes coming on the market daily. I don't know how soon the property will come on the market for the proposal in as far as rehabbing those homes as it relates to the city and what have you. But at the same time, it helps to be positioning yourself presently when those homes come on the market.
Absolutely.
You can't wait till that home comes on the market and get pre-approved. Get pre-approved now so that when that opportunity arises and what have you, you can seize the day.
Now talk about pre-approval and that whole process as opposed to some other kinds of ways of getting that home. Talk about pre-approval.
Well, pre-approval, there are several ways. Most people think of pre-qualification as pre-approval. Pre-qualification is unverified data that has been spouted off by you, but at the same time, there's no evidence of it.
Now you got
I speak to that. I speak to that in class and what have you when I'm conducting class. I mean, pre-qualification is saying that, oh, I have a 700 score. I have 5,000 in the bank. I've been on my job for 5 years. When you go into the financial institution and you're trying to get pre-approved, you go in there and everything. You've been on your job long enough to go past probation.
90 days.
Little or nothing in your bank account, and you only been on your job a year. Okay. The chances of them pre-approving you is very slim. And most people would say none. Okay. But at the same time, if you go in there and say, listen, I have a credit score of 600. I've been paying my bills on time for the last 12 months because it's the last 12 months that's most important when they're looking at your credit. It's not over the time that you've had delinquencies and what have you. What have you done lately? What have you done lately to position yourself where a bank is willing to risk loaning you money in order to purchase a home? So you have to have a credit score of anywhere from 600 to 640, paying your bills on time consecutively for 12 months. Hopefully there's an increase in what have you. hopefully your, well, it's no choice at this point in time. Your student loans would be in deferment or forbearance and what have you. But at the same time, that does not say that you cannot pay on your student loans and what have you, and putting yourself in position. The other thing is get those federal tax returns, keep them by your side, put them in a file along with your bank statements for the last few months and your pay stubs for the last few months. Don't go looking for them when it's time to get pre-approved and what have you. I always say that if you get all those three entities together and you email them to yourself, you know that they're in that email. So at the time that you go for the pre-approval and what have you, you can email all those documents at one time to the lender, that a lender of choice and what have you. The other thing is when you're applying for a mortgage, if you do several things within a 30-day period, it only counts as one inquiry on your credit report. And I'm glad I'm mentioning your credit report because it just brought my attention to something else. Annualcreditreport.com. Please write annualcreditreport.com down. At this point in time, up until the month of April, and we have only a short period of time to go, you can pull your credit report for Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion weekly. So when you get your credit report from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion,
and it's free.
Exactly, it's totally free. Cross-reference it. If there are items on your credit report that are on all three, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, make sure that you pay that debt off, because you've been wiped out the debt on all three credit cards or all three reports. If it's still there, if something else is still there, pay it off. The lower the amount, it doesn't matter what the amount is. You're eliminating a trade line that was listed as derogatory on your account. So you're taking that off your credit report. If you do that, you're going to see a slight increase. And I can't tell you what length of time, because there are a number of factors that play a role in your credit report. So, but at the same time, you don't have to go back to that. You've eliminated that one trade line that was listed as derogatory. So that's complete. That's over. The other thing, as far as negotiating on your creditors, the amount that you owe the creditors and what have you, always negotiate with them anywhere from 5 to 7 days before the end of the month. So if this is March, you're talking about 31 days. So on the 24th to the 27th day and what have you, you want to make sure that you call that creditor and say, listen, I want to pay this off. I don't want any late fees or penalties assessed or whatever the case may be. I just want to pay it off. If you pay it off during that time, they're paid by collecting debt. They have a quota that they must reach by the end of the month. You're going to help them get rid of their quota, or get to their quota, and eliminate your debt. So you call them around the end of the month and negotiate with them, alleviating all penalties and all late fees and what have you. But at the same time, you're paying debt off, positioning yourself for a better set of circumstances.
All right.
So,
very good. We have about
don't hesitate to save some money as well. Obviously.
We have about 1 minute left for you to wrap up, Ken. What would you like to say to our audience?
Home ownership is an opportunity if you seize the moment and what have you. If you position yourself, if you just put yourself in a position where you can buy a home, this may be your year. This may be your year. And for those who are selling properties and what have you, give us a call. We love to list your property and what have you, because there are homeowners out there that are looking to seek your property right now. Okay, so give us a call, 313-863-5555. That's 313-863-5555.
Thank you so much, Ken. And to the
Thank you.
audience, Ken is going to be a regular on the show. He's going to be updating us on a regular basis about what's going on in the housing market and what you need to do to own your little piece of the pie. So thank you again, Ken. We appreciate you for doing this. We'll hear back from you in another few weeks. Just let us know what's going on and an update on housing and mortgages and grants and loans and all those things that are going to help people feel comfortable in their own home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for making this available to everyone.
Absolutely. And to Commissioner Alisha Bell, we thank you for coming and joining us today to talk about COVID. We appreciate that so much. It's all this good information, everybody. I'm just so excited to be back to be able to provide information to people because as I told you before, we do information. We share what we know that you would think you need to know. And if you have questions, you can email us or put them in the chat room and we'll try to answer them for you. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for making my first day back in a year. My goodness. Yes, I'm so pleased. It's been a long year, but I'm all vaccinated up and I'm all ready to go. And
absolutely.
Any final comments, Commissioner Bell?
No,
Please
just
get that
welcome back.
vaccination.
Welcome back, and I look forward to providing information as relates to Wayne County whenever I'm invited. So thank you.
Very good. Well, you and Ken will both be back on a regular basis to keep us updated on what's going on in the housing market and what's going on in Wayne County. And particularly, I want to talk about that Women's Commission after it goes through the committee on Thursday after the approval. That's going to be a good thing. And the Alzheimer's piece, because something, and I don't mean to make light of this because there are days when I have to write stuff down. And so I need to know what I can do so I can try to remember some stuff. So if that's going to be a part of it.
Well, that's all of us.
Yes. Sandy Rose, are you there? She must be.
Yes, I'm here.
We thank you so much. We appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you.
Our guest is back in a few weeks, but thank you to all of you for making this a great day. I appreciate it. And it's Women's History Month, so we're going to come back with some more women's history next week. Take care. Have a great evening, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Angels watching over me. Angels watching over me.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern for the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit. You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.